Well, for fans who want to see the Washington Commanders return to the RFK site, D.C. getting control of that federal land is only the first hurdle. The district still has to figure out how to help pay for a new stadium. A WUSA 9 investigation reveals after approving $500 million of renovations to Capital One Arena, D.C.'s government is virtually out of borrowing power. As our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack found out, that means the city will have to get creative to turn RFK dreams into reality.
Jacksonville, $775 million. Chicago, $900 million. Tennessee, $1.2 billion. That's how much local taxpayers are being asked to kick in for new football stadiums. So how much would Washington Commanders owner Josh Harris need from D.C. government to bring the city's most popular franchise back to the district? Hopefully, not as much as those other cities.
According to the data we got from D.C.'s chief financial officer, the city is on pace to be $1.7 billion in debt, which includes that $500 million the city just shelled out for renovations at Capital One Arena. That would put the city right up against its limit on debt, which is based on D.C. law.
It certainly doesn't seem like there's a lot of money for a football stadium.
But again, there are a couple of other ways you have to look at this.
Former D.C. Councilmember Jack Evans spearheaded the district's deal to borrow more than $500 million to build Nationals Park in 2006. His consulting firm was one of two D.C. paid a total of $400,000 to study how D.C. could fund a new Commanders stadium. He says the study, which focused on successful stadium funding models locally and nationally, was completed in mid-March. But months later, D.C. government still hasn't released the results.
I would say the overall conclusion is that sports stadiums actually produce enormous revenue for the cities. You'll have economists say it never does anything, and in some cities it doesn't.
Evans says D.C. is different. Nats Park, which revitalized Navy Yard, is paying off its debt far faster than planned. Evans says there's one key to making a football stadium a financial win for D.C.
So there's so much that a domed football stadium can do for a jurisdiction.
I hear you saying your research says a dome stadium is in fact the way to go if we're going to do this.
That's what we should do, because you can use it year round.
Evans said a potential alternative to taking out bonds to help pay for a new football stadium is to create a special taxing district around the RFK site.
The Office of D.C.'s chief financial officer told us the city's current debt figures are only a, quote, snapshot in time, and what the district can afford to borrow right now is not the same as what the district might be able to afford to borrow either 1 or 2 or 3 years from now. But of course, though, things would have to change, or they would have to get creative about the financing if they were going to kick in any meaningful amount of money on an RFK stadium.
Yeah, so we heard from Mayor Bowser before. She says she wants the Commanders back in D.C. at the RFK site. Yep. She wants to make it happen. So is her office commenting, or the team for that matter?
No, they said they're not commenting, which was really kind of no surprise. We have reported in the past that owner Josh Harris has proposed a privately funded new basketball arena for his team in Philadelphia. But he also told our Chick Hernandez during Super Bowl week, football stadiums are a lot more expensive than basketball stadiums. He's, of course, still considering sites in Maryland and Virginia, as well as RFK.
All right. Well, sounds like you said, they're going to have to get creative if they want to make this happen.
A lot of fans want it.
Stay on top of it. Thank you, Flash.